Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. This is actually my first YouTube video of 2024 and it is a two-part series. Part one is going to be me showing you how I achieved this accent wall. Part two is going to be doing like the decor and all that stuff. But yeah, it feels so weird being back on camera just because I haven't been on camera in a while. I've been on the camera like doing the behind the scenes footage, but not like actually talking to the camera for real. Needless to say, I needed a new space. I wanted to vamp up my space, especially for like my YouTube background. Ever since I added in my closet, I'll have the video link for that as well. Ever since I did like the walk-in closet type of situation in here, that took away from my previous YouTube space, so I had to switch things around so I can have like a actual space to record my videos. Yeah, so how I came up with this accent wall is looking at different inspiration on Pinterest. I love Pinterest, and if you didn't know, Pinterest has like a collaging feature. I like to use that before I do any like decor or like paint on a wall. You could really use it for room design as well, and that's what I mainly use it for, and it's been really helpful just so I'm not going in blind. The wall has a lot of marks on it, a lot of holes from different like shelves and art that I've put on the wall over my time of living here. So first I need to go ahead and fill those holes with some spackle. I need to move my desk. I'm swapping my desk and my couch out from I'm swapping my couch from this wall and putting it where my desk is. So I'm gonna swap them out. So I actually watched this video on YouTube on how to fill in holes or patch up, you know, small holes in a wall, and it was very helpful. So that's another video I'm gonna link down below. But basically you want to smooth out the holes first and kind of push them in, so that way when you put the spackle over it, it's going to be a smooth application. This is the spackle that I'm going to be using to fill the holes. I found that it's super easy for small holes like this. And basically you just apply it to the hole and smooth it out in like an X motion, as you see me doing here. Alright y'all, so I got all my holes filled in for right now. They do require a second coat. They are going to require a second coat, but this has to dry completely white. Then I'm going to sand it, and then I'm going to put the second coat. This is me sanding it down before applying the second coat, and then once I sanded it down, dusted it off, I went ahead with the second coat, and that completely filled in the hole. And then lastly, I need to sand it down one more time before applying any paint to the wall. To start out, I had to go to Home Depot because I needed to get some paint. Hey y'all, I'm currently on my way to go and pick out the paint for the wall. I'm kind of going for like a really dark mauve-y rose or burgundy type of, probably more rose than anything, color for the wall. So I'm just gonna go and try to find the closest match and then go from there. So I will see you guys when I get to Home Depot. Shortly after I arrived to Home Depot, I found the perfect color that matched my Pinterest board inspiration. It was this Mesa red, and while I was waiting for the store associate to make my paint, I grabbed some other necessities like some angle brushes, some rollers, a paint tray, and all the things you need to paint. Painting the walls is always the biggest hassle of them all. Watch this video that I'm going to also link down below that really helped me to be able to learn different hacks and everything to make painting a lot easier, like a professional did it. I've done a lot of painting in this house, and trust and believe, it was not always good. Like, I still got some walls that I need to touch up and fix. Painting is one of them things you go into that looks easier than what it actually is. Hey y'all, so it is officially day one of painting. As you saw, I went to Home Depot and picked out the most beautiful paint color. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the can so we can see what it actually looks like, and I'm gonna start painting. I feel like the most difficult part is actually starting to paint, just because I know like this is gonna be a daunting task, but we're gonna get it done, needless to say. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Do y'all see this color? It is so freaking pretty. I should have got a freaking spout from Home Depot. They said they give you a free spout that goes right here, and I didn't even know that. The young lady at Home Depot did tell me that I need to stir up the paint. They said darker colors need to be stirred more for some reason. But I'm going to stir it before pouring it into my handheld paint bucket that I'm going to use to paint around the trim. Okay, so this is the brush that I'm going to be using. Is it focused? This is the Woodster Ultra Pro 2.5 firm. I noticed from doing my bathroom, painting my bathroom and everything, and through painting different rooms in my house, having a good brush is key for making sure that, you know, your lines are straight. I got my bucket here, and it has the little magnetic thing that's gonna hold my brush while I do the trim of the wall. If you watch the painting hack video that I link down below, he gave a great tip, which is to not go for a straight line on the trim your first go around. Paint close to the line that you want to make, but not fully, and then when you go back for the second coat, you worry about the straight line. This, it was a game changer, and you would think that it is gonna make the process longer, but it actually really didn't, and it made me be able to achieve like a straight line. So I definitely recommend that hack because it actually works. After I let the first coat dry, I go ahead and start making my straight line, and for some reason it really makes the world of a difference. In the painting tips video, he also suggested that you use an 18-inch roller for larger surfaces, so that way it apparently is like evenly distributes the paint on both sides of the roller. And then I just have a whole bunch of different sizes, because if you have a wall like mine and you know you have windows or different areas that are smaller than others, you need different size rollers. So I really did like the 18-inch roller for the larger part of the wall, and then I like the other rollers for the portion of the wall above the windows and stuff like that. And the wall did require 2 coats of paint. It does dry a little darker than I thought it would, but it still turned out really pretty. Like, this color is so pretty, and I just went with the matte finish. When I was reading the little sign at Home Depot, it had like the different finishes and for what rooms you should get the finish for, and for an office it said matte, so I just went with matte. After I did the paint, it was time to install. I got this arch wall sticker from Etsy. It had really great reviews. Okay, so I paid $89 for this. It was actually on sale. I got 155 centimeter by 155 centimeter. It's saying normally it's $140, but Every time I've been on here, they've had a sale. And I got it in the color Code 2. That's the color, it's the Code 2. And they'll show you what each code represents for each color. I'm going to talk about the install first, and then we can go ahead and talk about what I actually think about the product, was it worth it, and stuff like that. So the install was pretty self-explanatory. Like, I put up stick-on wallpaper before, so I figured it would be a breeze. Thing is, because of the size I got, it came in 2 pieces. You had to match the arch up perfectly so that way it comes together at a point. First side up, super easy, like boom boom boom. All I did was follow the instructions, start from the bottom, just a little bit of stickiness revealed, and then slowly worked my way up with like a credit card to smooth out any bubbles or anything like that. I had to use this knife tool to cut out around the outlet, and I made sure the cover was already removed because I was painting at first. So, but if you are not painting, make sure you remove the cover before you put on the wallpaper. And then I just screwed the cover back on after I cut off the peely part. The issue is, problem occurred on the second half of the arch because it said to start from the bottom, but I think you should start from the bottom with the first half, and then the second half you start from the top, so you make sure that it's actually like meeting together at the same point, because every wall is different. So my wall could be slightly slanted, and that's why it didn't match up. So it was actually a little bit of a disaster, and I went into a little bit of a panic mode. It didn't match up. I started from the bottom like I did the first half, and then when I got to the top, the points were not reaching. I was like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? So I took it off. But then when I took it off the wall, it started sticking together. And I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't want to spend $90 again for this piece. So I was just like being patient, being calm, and slowly just trying to pull it back apart. And it actually ended up pulling apart. Like, I was so surprised. Once I got it apart, I started from the top and worked my way down. My second bone to pick outside of the instructions is that I don't feel like that the wall decor was cut evenly. Like, I feel like the other half is not a smooth arch. I feel like it was cut a little jagged. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but to me right here doesn't look like a smooth arch, if you know what I'm saying. Hey y'all, so I know I look a hot mess right now. I did contact the Etsy seller, and they're supposed to ship me a new arch because that one, you know, wasn't cut properly. Seller was super nice and understanding. Apparently they cut them by hand, so that is the reason that it's a little crooked, and it was just really bothering me. So I was like, let me just go ahead and ask them if they could send me another one. They were really understanding. So if you want to see the new one, it'll be in part 2 of this video. So make sure that you have your post notification on so you can see part 2 of this video and see how it looks a little bit more evenly. Now, the pros to this pattern that's on it is kind of like a marbling effect, kind of. So if you have like little pinches in the wallpaper, like it didn't smooth out all the way, you can't tell. Like, it almost adds to the texture and the design of the arch. The color is really pretty. The design itself looks really nice and expensive, and I think it can go in an adult space as well as in like a younger teen or child space as well. Either way, it goes really nice in the space, and I feel like it really complements the dark paint. This is part 1. I would be so grateful if you guys watched my part 2 as well. It's going to be coming out like shortly after this video of me unboxing all my decor, because I want to put some shelving up, I want to put a light up, I want to put some pillows and everything on the couch, just to kind of like brighten up the space and brighten up like the YouTube backdrop type of situation. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of this video. I would appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you all in part 2.